Sasa nichiandikishe sawa. Rose chukua hii simu.
Hello.
Wana simu yako yuko kwa nyende trewocha. Ngapo. Welcome guys to this particular live we are going to have here. This particular live we are going to have a discussion of AQA Math Level 2 certificate in further math, and then we are going to really discuss how do you approach most of the questions that are tested in this particular specification in order to prepare for the exam that is upcoming. And if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that anytime I'm going to upload further tutorials, you'll be notified. I will request you guys you like the live so that we can be able to get started, and also be very active in the chat section so that anytime those guys who will be joining us also they can be able to go ahead. And if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that anytime I'm going to do more tutorials you'll be notified. If you have not joined our Patreon page, this is the time to join. You can be able to check the link in the description so that you can be able to go straight to the link into our Patreon page so that you can be able to access all the PDFs that I usually upload in this channel. Right, so if you are going to do this paper of AQA further math, this is paper 2, the calculator paper, and this paper is usually 1 hour 45 minutes for you to do about a total of 20 questions. And this paper is out of 80 marks. So if you're going to sit for this paper on Thursday, I'm welcoming you on board so that we can be able to try to smash most of the questions that seems and also seem a bit technical for students. Now, if you're given a question like this on that day for you to work out, and you are told to factorize, if you are told to factorize this particular question, basically what are you supposed to do? How can you factorize this? Let me just get to know from the comment section, guys. How do you factorize this? I wish you to write in the chat section the answer to that, how you can be able to factorize that. And then we're going to get this is going to be a number that can divide the highest common factor that can divide 12 and 18. Highest common factor, that is 6. W is common for the two, so we shall take W also out. Then inside we shall have 2 plus 3W. Now this translates and this becomes our answer in that case, and we can just transfer it down here and say our answer is 6W into 2 plus 3W. That's exactly what you do when you are given a question to do factorization. So in the event they ask you to factorize, you need to work it or work a question like that. So we are told that M is the midpoint of PQ. M is the midpoint of PQ, and then we are supposed to work out the value of A. So how do you work it out? We know that midpoint is going to be mulete motigache. The midpoint is going to be stop making noise. the midpoint is going to be, what's the formula we can be able to use to write midpoint? So that is exactly what we are going to focus on at this given point. How we can be able to find the midpoint. Yeah, so we are going to say midpoint is going to be given by the formula. Midpoint is going to be given by the formula x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. Yeah, so basically that's what you're going to do. But you are given the midpoint here is 2, 1. So which means in the event of working out this, it's going to be for x, this is the x value and this is the second x value. So that's going to be minus 4 plus 8 over 2, comma, this is going to be a plus 6 over 2, right? Then which will mean that if we are to simplify this, let me just move this a little bit. If we are to simplify this, it will mean that I can have, yeah, I can have 2, 1, negative 2, negative 1, because if you see negative 4 plus 8 will be positive 4 divided by 2, that's going to be 2, and this is going to be a plus 6 over 2. So which will mean that a plus 6 over 2 is going to be equivalent to negative 1. So if we multiply 2 both sides, because this part must be equal to this part, so we shall have a plus 6 is equals to negative 2, which will mean that we can take 6 on the other side, and that's a is going to translate to what? Negative 2 minus 6, which is going to be equals to negative 8. So basically that becomes our final answer in that particular part. So we can say therefore that if we want to make the examiner happy, we are going to transfer our answer down here. Yeah, so we shall transfer our answer down here, and we shall say this is going to be equals to negative 8. Yeah, negative 8. Yeah, give your answer as a single matrix. So an area that you have to master is ability to work out question with matrices, multiplication of matrices. And the first part we have is a scalar multiplier. So if you multiply this and this number that is outside here is going to multiply, it's going to be multiplied to all the numbers that are inside this matrix. So which will mean that in order to work it out, this is going to translate to 12. This will be what? This will be this is going to be 6. This other part will be 3, and this will be 0. And then this will be 2, this will be 1, this will be negative 1, this will be, this will be 2, this will be 0, and this is minus 1, and this is 5. So we are going to multiply row times column. Yeah, row times column. So which means in order to get the answer to this, we are going to multiply this one multiply to this one plus this one multiply to this one. So this is going to be 12. This is going to be 12 times 2, 24. don't make noise. This is going to be 24. 12 times 2 is going to be 24, plus negative 6 is going to be 18 there. Again, 12 times this column now. 12 times 0, 0. 6 times 5 will give us, I'm multiplying 12 times 0 plus 6 times 5. This is going to give us 30. 3 times 2, 6, plus 0 times negative 1, so this is going to be 6. 3 times 0, 0 times 5, this is going to be 0 at that point. So basically that's what we are going to get as our answer at that point, and we shall say our answer becomes 18, 6, 3, 0, 0, and that becomes our final answer in that case. Jack, so cooked for tomorrow. Jack, you should not be cooked. Once you have joined ProfLearn live, you're not going to be cooked. Yeah, we shall cook it. We shall cook it tomorrow. Yeah, so all right, so moving to the next part of the question. Let's see which other question was asked in this year and what was the approach. Yeah, so work out the values of A and B. Work out the values of A and B. So if we multiply this, it's going to be 7 times 2. 7 times 2 plus A squared times A. Again, B times 2 plus, because when you are multiplying is row times column, so we are going to multiply now B times 2 plus minus 5 times A. So we have reduced this to, this is going to become 78, 12 at that point. So if we simplify that, this is going to be 14 plus A cubed is equals to 78. And also another equation is going to be 2B minus 5A is equals to 12. So from this first part of the equation that we have here, we can be able to make A cubed the subject of the formula. So if you make it the subject of the formula, what does it become? This is going to be A cubed is going to be equal to 78 minus 14, which means that A cubed is going to be what? 64. Then you're gonna find the cube root, both cases, and A is going to translate to 4. Then for B, we are going to say 2B minus 5 times 4 is equals to 12. So which means that 2B is equals to 12 plus 20, which will mean that we shall have this reducing to 2B is equals to what? 32. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Now if you divide both cases, you are going to get here what? 16. So we can say A is 4 and B is 16 as the final answer in that particular case. So that is exactly what you are supposed to do in that particular question in order to earn that mark up to that point. Jack is asking which year is this? This is 2022. This is 2022 paper. and then tomorrow we shall look at 2023. Yeah, this is 2022 paper. Jack, how are you? Welcome to this live, Jack. Where are you watching from? Jack, where are you watching from? If you can hear me. All right, so the next question, we are told that a line has the equation and is parallel to line A passing through this. So the point D to D lies on line B. Line A has this equation. Let's talk of line A. This is line A, has the equation y is equals to -4x plus 6. That's line A. Line B is parallel to line A and passes through another point. So let's talk of line B, which is parallel to that, which passes through the point 2, 1. So what we are trying to say here, the gradient of this line and the gradient of line B are the same. So which means they are sharing the gradient and it passes through this. The point D lies on B. Find the value of D. First, we need to say gradient M of B is -4 because these two lines are parallel, and we're getting that from here. And the equation of that line B is going to be y is equals to mx plus c. Mx plus c. So which will mean that no. So which means if this line is passing through this particular point, it will mean that we can be able to substitute the gradient, we substitute the y, the x coordinate, and also we substitute the y coordinate to get the value of c. So this is going to be 1 is equals to gradient, which is -4, into 2 plus c. And that's going to be 1 is equals to -8 plus c, which will mean that our c is equivalent to 9. C is 9. So which means the equation of this particular line that we are talking about is going to be y is equals to -4x plus 9, right? Yeah, that's the equation of that line. But also we are told that this line passes through this point D and 2D. So meaning we can be able to substitute 2D is equals to -4 into D plus 9. Then we can be able to take D on the other side, 4D on this side. We shall have 6D is equals to 9. Then you can divide by 6. You can divide by 6, which will mean that our D is going to be 3/2, which is equivalent to 1.5. Up to that point, unless there is a question in the chat section, I'm going to check if there is any question in the chat section regarding whatever we have done there. Guys, please just like the live, and also leave a comment whether you are getting value from this particular live, and also share this live to your friends, encourage them to join us. Yeah, any question, let me get to know. Any question? Are you following, and is the audio okay? Is the audio okay on the other side? Yeah, let me know if the audio is okay on the other side. This is AQA Level 2 certificate in further math, and we are going through. Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Ophelia. Thank you so much, Ophelia, for that response. It's very important for me because I'll be able to know whether you are following, guys. Yeah, so basically that's what we're going to do. Work out all the negative integers of this particular question. Work out all the negative integers of this particular question. Yeah, now we are moving to question number 5. We are moving to question number 5. Already we have done question to do with matrices, which was part A, which we got as 18, 30, 60 when you multiply two matrices. And also you can be given a question whereby you are expected to multiply matrices and then use it to find unknowns. We have worked out that. We move to question 4. That was a question which is parallel to another line, and then we were able to find the value of D at that given point. The next question, work out all negative integers value for x for which this is the case. So moving to question number 5. Moving to question number 5. All right, so question 5, we need to work out question 5. So this we can be able to write it as I can write this expression as x squared is less than 48 if I divide this is 3. All right, so if I divide by 3, I'm not going to affect the inequality sign anyway, so I'll have to get x squared less than 16. So if I take this on the other side, I'll have x squared is less than if I just bring 16 on the other side. So if I bring 16 on this other side, I'm going to get negative 16 less than 0. And if you can look at whatever we have here, this is actually a difference of 2 squares. This is a difference of 2 squares. So which means we can be able to express this as what? Kwa hiyo mtoto? All right, so with that we can now proceed and continue working on that question. This is going to translate to what? Because if we have x minus or x plus 4 less than 0, x minus 4 is less than 0, or x plus 4 is less than 0. So can be able to say that when we are going to write our answer, we are going to say minus 3 . x is let me write it here, greater than -4. Yeah, so we need the negative number, so we are going to say plus or minus -4. Then our final answer now is going to be x is less than 4. Next, we are supposed to prove algebraically. What class is this? This is Chilling's Slam. What class is this? This is year 11 further math. This is year 11 further math. Chilling, this is year 11 further math. If you are taking AQA further math, this is the lesson that we are having today. We've been having live for different subjects, so this is the exam that is yet to come. So for those guys who are taking this specification, guys, can you try this question I've displayed there? Try to work it out. Then by the time I'm working it out, already you understand exactly areas maybe you missed or areas you are able to get stuck. I would like you to try it first. Try in your end. Try it first. Try it first. Try it. By the time I'm starting to work on it, you must have gotten the answer. We are to prove algebraically that when n is an integer, is always even. Is always even. How do we prove that this is always even? What are we going to do in order to get that this is even? Yeah. What are we going to do in order to prove that this is even? Guys, just work it out. Then once we are done, we're gonna try to see what's the answer, which answer we're going to get.
It's ready.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for us to respond in the chat section what we've gotten. What did we get? Oliver, welcome. Oliver Hunter, welcome. Alex, welcome. Guys, welcome. Chilling Slam is class 6. This will be too heavy for you, Chilling. Alex. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for that feedback. Please, guys, random range. Welcome. Guys, please, I can see we are around 9 here. Please, let's take, yeah, thank you so much, Alex. Keep working it out, guys. Let's smash that like button and also the subscribe button. Let's smash that like button. Oh wow, you got to N, Alex. You got to N. Great. What did you do, Alex? Write in the chat section. What did you do? Which approach did you use in order to get that? Guys, the rest of us, let's like the button. let's like the live. Yeah, let's like the live. Just smash that like button until the attendants can be able to hear. Are you all right? Great. Random range, you press the subscribe. Yeah, great. I believe you pressed it so hard until the attendants could hear to join us also next year, because I know you are now towards the end of your year 11. Smash the like button and the start. Great guys, good work. Yeah, so the slogan this time is smashing the like button. Yeah, let me just turn on the camera before I go off, because this is what I'm saying, guys, that we are going to smash that like button until the attendants who are maybe right now watching cartoons, you know, they are thinking that year 11 is far for them to do their GCSEs. So I believe the way you smashed it, they could be able to hear the bang. All right, so let's try with this expression that we are given here. We are told that n is an integer. So what I want us to do, let's try to expand this bracket that we are given here. Let me just show you. We are going to have 2n. I know some of you have gotten it already. Plus 1. We square that part so that we can be able to simplify and see what this expression is going to reduce to. An even number. An even number is like 2. An even number is like 4. An even number is like 8. An even number is like 10. And what's common in these numbers? You can see, you can be able to express them as a number 2 times a given number. Like 2, you can be able to express as 2 times 1. A number like 4, you can be able to write it as what? 2 times 2. A number like 8, you can write it as 2 times 4. So which means an even number can be written 2 times another integer n. So that's what we are trying to check, whether we are going to get it. So if we expand this is going to translate to 4n squared plus 4n plus 1. That is what this expression will reduce to. And what about this one? We are going to say this is going to be 2n minus 1 squared is going to translate to, if we square this is going to be 4n squared minus, it's minus, by the way, minus 4n, then plus 1. Then now we can be able to substitute those expanded values into that. It will be 4n squared plus 4n plus 1 minus, now minus of 4n squared. Because this minus and there was a minus here, this will be plus 4n minus 1. And this is divided by what? This is divided by 4. Immediately you join the live, just smash the like button. Just smash it like this. Now, like that. As we proceed. Okay, this is going to be 4, of course. This part and this guy will commit suicide. And then we are going to have here as this going to translate to what? And 1 and 1 will cancel out. Then we are going to remain with the expression 8n over 4. And this is going to be 4n. And you can see, no, sorry, we are going to have 2n at this given point. And this is basically an even number. When a number is given like that, that becomes an even number. Alex, Mr. Year 10 non-binary sibling has joined. Okay, who's that? Let him say hi and smash the like button so that we are going to smash this paper when it comes our way, we're gonna give it heavyweight punches. So how many integers between 200,000 and 400,000 can be formed using only the digits, these digits that we have here? So between this and this, we shall have the number will be this and this. But how many? If you use 2, for instance, if you use 2, how many numbers will be remaining for you to use? 1. Okay, let me just first. These 2 are the one that can give us integers between 200,000 and 400,000. Yeah, so which means if you use 2, how many numbers will be remaining for you to use without repetition? That's going to be 1. You have used 2, you are not counting. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you use 2, you will be having 5 different numbers. So this is going to be 5 factorial. Then if you've used 3, then also you are going to have how many numbers remaining in that case? 5 again. So because you'll be having 2, you've used 3, you not count it, also you have 5 factorial. And 5 factorial in maths, what does it mean? 5 factorial means what? 5 times what? 5 factorial, that's going to be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And this option will give us 5 times also 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You can put that in the calculator. However, you can be able to put that in your calculator. 5 factorial. Let me just share the calculator at this given point. Yeah, let me just share the calculator here so that we can be able to put in that part. Yeah, so 5 factorial. Where is factorial here? Let's check in our calculator. How do you get factorial? Where is factorial? 5 factorial, guys. Can you tell me where the factorial is in this calculator? 5 factorial, guys. Where is it? Let's check where 5 factorial is. I even have the physical calculator here. If you are using that calculator, where is 5 factorial? Where is 5 factorial? Guys, can you tell me where to press? I'm waiting to hear that in the chat section. Seems Spring Loises, hi, welcome. Hi, welcome. So if you press shift x raised to power 1, that will give you 5 factorial. Shift x power 1, that's going to give us what? Shift, and this is x power 1. Let's check where the factorial is. Once I do it in my calculator, I'm getting 120, guys. I'm getting my 120 here. 5 factorial is giving me 120 at that point. So which will mean that I'll get the answer for this part will be 120, and this is also equals to 120. So for the two options, we're gonna add the two guys here to get what? 240 as different. How many integers? So we are going to get that as what? That is going to translate to 240 in that case. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We have question number 8. Question number 8 says, question number 8, quite interesting one. Question number 8 says, a curve with the equation y is equals to x cubed minus x raised to power 5x squared has 2 points on the curve. The rate of change of y with respect to x is 4. So what does that mean? The rate of change of x the rate of change of y with respect to x. So that means dy dx is equals to 4. That's what this particular statement means at this level here. This statement means whatever that we have written at that given point. Now, and the equation of interest is this particular equation that we have at that point. Then the equation, work out the equation in terms of x, which represent, yeah, work out the equation in terms of x to represent the information, and give your answer in this particular form. So, which means we are going to differentiate this particular equation that we have. Then that's going to be dy dx of the original equation that we are having here, which is going to translate to what? Yeah, I'm just checking if there's any comment. This is going to be 3x squared minus 10x. Because you drop the power, you decrease the power by 1. You drop the power in front of the variable x, decrease that power by 1. So that will be 3x squared minus 10x. But dy dx is equivalent to this part. So we are going to say this is going to be what? 3x squared minus 10x is equals to 4. Then we can be able to take this 4 on the other side of the equal sign, and then we're going to say this is going to be 3x squared minus 10x minus 4 is equals to 0, which is the equation they wanted us to arrive at, and basically we shall say this is going to reduce to that particular part. I believe we are together up to that point. Unless there's a question, let me read in the chat section. No question yet. No question yet. Up to this point, no question yet. But I believe you are following exactly what you are supposed to do in these particular questions. Yeah. So basically, that's what we are going to do here in order to earn the marks for that. So the answer is 3x squared minus 10x minus 4, as expected in that question. And if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, consider checking in the description. There's a link that usually takes you to our Patreon page, where you can be able to download this PDF that we work here, so that you can be able to access them on your end. And also please you share this particular live to your friends, encourage them to join us so that they can also get to learn from this live that we are having. All right, so let me get to know where we are watching this live from. Okay, moving to question number 8, sorry. Hence work out the two possible values of x. Hence two possible values of x. And in that case, first we have gotten 3. We have gotten our answer as 3x squared minus 10x, and this is going to be minus 4 is equals to 0. So this is the equation. Then in order to find the value of x, we are going to say this is going to be 10 plus or minus square root of b squared. B squared is going to be minus 10 squared, yeah, minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is negative 4. If you work out this over 2 times 3, you need to put that in the calculator because this is basically a calculator paper, so you don't really have to struggle in order to work out this. You need to put that in the calculator so that it can give you the answer direct. So I need to clear everything, then I'll do shift, we do so shift alpha, that equation, quadratic equation, I'll choose number 5. And which type of equation are we talking about? Quadratic equation. Then I'll choose number 3. Yeah, so the coefficient is 3, the first coefficient. The second is -10. The last one is -4. So if I do the equation now, therefore it's going to be -4. X is going to be equals to that. As a decimal, this is going to be 3.69. The first answer will be X is going to be 3.69, or is going to be equals to, the second answer is going to be -0.361, -0.361. So those are the answers we can be able to get from that question there. And we were supposed to give our answer correct to 3 significant figures. So anytime you are going to be given a question and then you are supposed to respond to it, guys, ensure that you are giving your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Yeah, so moving to question number 9, we're told the first 3 terms of a linear sequence are this. So from this term to move to this term, what has been added? Plus 4k. So 4k is the common difference. Even from this one, you can see we are going to add just plus 4k. So work out the expression for in terms of k for the 4th term. For an AP, we are going to say that the 4th term, because this is the first, second, third, then the 4th term will be 30 plus 8k. Then we are going to add 4k plus that, plus 4k. That is going to translate to 30 plus 12k. That is the 4th term. In that case, the 100th term of this is 225. So we are going to say not 225. We're going to say 30 plus, that is the first term, into 100 minus 1 into 4k. So this is the formula for nth term. Nth term of an arithmetic sequence is usually a plus n minus 1 into d. So whereby we have this as what? The formula. So our n is 100 and our common difference is 4k. So which means that we shall say now this is going to be equivalent to what? 525. So if we open the bracket, we shall have 30 plus 99 times 4. 99 times 4, this is going to translate to 396. K is equals to 525, which means that this is going to translate to 396k is going to translate to 525 minus 30. So 396k is equals to 525 minus 30 translate to 495 divide by 396 divide by 396. So which means working it out, 495 minus 396, that's going to translate to 495 divided by 396, that's going to translate to 1.25. so k equals 1.25 1.25 1.25. Yeah, so this becomes 1.25 at that point. So basically, if you are going to be asked a question to do with linear sequences, I've seen this question repeating now and again, you will be in a position to work it out. Guys, if you have joined us, please like the live and also leave a comment where you are watching this video from, and also let me know if you are following and if the live is living on the other end, you are able to learn further math. This is AQA Level 2 certificate further math past paper, trying to see how you can be able to work out different questions in this paper as you prepare for that particular exam. Yeah, so you are having question to do with exponential functions. And you are having y is equals to 3 times 2 raised to power x. So something I want you to understand is that we need to find the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? At y-intercept, at the y-intercept, x is always equals to 0. So we want to ask ourselves, where is this graph going to cut the y-axis? If it's going to cut the y, where is it going to cut the y-axis? So to do that, we are going to say that y is equals to 3 times 2 raised to power 0, because we have said that at the y-intercept, x is always equals to 0. At the y-intercept, x is equals to 0. So we are going to check where we have x in this equation. Then we are going to plug in x equals to 0 at that given point. So if you work it out, you can see you are going to get 2 raised to 0. N number raised to 0. N number raised to 0 in math. N number raised to 0 is 1. So this is going to be 3 times 1. So the y-intercept is going to be equals to what? 3. So the graph must cut the y-axis at y is equals to 3. So you can see this part, this is not correct. This is wrong. Yeah, we eliminate this from the word go because the intercept is at 6, which is wrong. And this one here is also wrong. So we are remaining with D and that. So if it's a positive exponent, the graph will be increasing to the right. So this one will not work because this represents the equation y is equals to what? 3 times 2 raised to negative x. This is what the graph will be increasing to the negative to the left. So it cannot be. This one will be true if you are having a fraction. Maybe if you are having 1 also, you are having 3 into 1 over 2 raised to power x. If you are having that, that's when you will have had this particular graph that is at this particular point. So this is not correct. And the correct answer in this question, in this case, is D. The correct answer is D. The graph will be increasing to the left, to the right, and that becomes our answer. and the moment you write that in the exam, the examiner will be very happy with you, and then you are going to get a whooping, how many marks? A whooping 1 mark. 1 mark can change a grade. 1 mark can be able to change a grade. Sir, I do OCR additional math. Will there be questions on variable acceleration and trapezium rule? There will be high likelihood of that question of acceleration, variable, and trapezium. There high likelihood of that to be asked. So Hamid, revise on that, and if you are new to ProfLearn, kindly subscribe and also give a like to this live. Mohammed, I wish you all the best in your OCR paper. Yeah, so in future I'll be doing OCR papers in this channel, so guys, stick around. And now we are moving to this particular question. For instance, here we're supposed to work out the value, because you are told use trigonometry and a is greater than 5. A is greater than 5. Don't open that door. A is greater than 5, so a is greater than 5. So which means we are going to have both positive value there. So if we substitute, we are finding we have adjacent, and then we have hypotenuse at this point. So which means that we can be able to use trigonometry Stoker-Toa in order to work out this. We can be able to use, I'll come, fungapo. I'll be having Stoker-Toa at this given point. Shall be using Stoker-Toa here. Yeah, so stop making noise. Stop making noise. Shh. Yeah, he's saying that you need to subscribe and also like the live. That's what he's saying. You like the live. He's saying like the live. That's what he's saying in his language. Like the live. Yeah. All right. So in this case, we are going to say adjacent of hypotenuse. So what is it going to give us? Adjacent of hypotenuse. Adjacent of hypotenuse. What will that give us? Which trigonometric ratio is that? Yeah, so if we choose cos, is going to be cos x is going to be adjacent of hypotenuse, and since we are told is greater than 5, so if we substitute 5, this will be adjacent will be 5 minus 3. That's going to be basically 2. So we are going to have 2 over 4. Then if we work out x is going to be the cos inverse of 2 over 4. If you work out this value, you are going to get the answer equivalent to what? If you put that in the calculator, cos inverse of a half, that will be translating to what? Let's write in the chat section. That will be translating to what? If you write cos inverse of whatever we have there in the calculator, you put it in the calculator, what do you get? Yeah. If you put it in the calculator, what do you get as the value of x? So yeah, I can see in the chat section we're saying this is going to be 60 degrees. And remember, this paper we are not dealing with radians in further math, so we are going to say x is going to be less than 60 degrees, greater than or equals to 0. Yeah, so basically that's how we are going to write our range in that case. Work out the gradient of the curve. You are given y is equals to, if you divide this term and this is going to reduce to 3x minus, if you divide these terms, we are going to have 2 over x there, and then we shall have plus 3 over 4x squared. So that's what this equation is going to reduce to. But we can rearrange it and we shall have 3x minus 2x negative 1 plus 3 over 4x negative 2. So if we do now dy dx of this equation, we are going to have, bring the power down to be 4 minus, bring the power down to be positive 2 x negative 2, bring the power down to be minus 3 over 2 x negative 3. Then we are supposed to evaluate the gradient at x is equals to negative 1. So we are going to say dy dx at x is equals to, at x is equals to what? At x is equals to negative 1. So in order to find that gradient, this is going to be 4. Negative 1 raised to power negative 2. This is going to be equals to plus 2. And this is going to be positive 3 over 2 at that given point. So which means if we work that in the calculator, we shall say 4 plus 2 plus 3 over 2. If you work it out, the final answer now becomes dy dx is equals to 7.5. So if you put it in your calc, it's going to reduce to 7.5 at that point. 7.5. Is it 7.5? Need to check. Dy dx, what is going to translate to? Dy dx, if you work it out, or plus 2 plus 3 over 2, 7.5. We need to counter check. We need to counter check the values because we don't want to afford to make a mistake here. So this is going to be 3. The first term, if you divide this by this, to be 3x, and this one is going to be negative 2x over 2 over x, that's 2, and then this is going to translate to 3 over 4 x power 2. Yeah, so which means that if we rearrange, becomes this. I'm just checking whether there is any mistakes that we committed here, and this negative 1. Yeah, I think we need to sort out this. Yeah, so this is going to be minus 2, 1 here. Plus 3 over 2. So when this comes down, it becomes minus. So 3. Yeah, I think I have to retract. I need to check where the issue is, because it's not giving us what we expect. Yeah, let me just correct that. Let me just correct that. Let me just correct that. Because if you just mess with this question, you'll find it messing your grade boundary. Yeah. Okay, let's just try to figure it out where the problem could be. So y is going to translate to, if we take 12 divided by 4, is going to be 3, and this is going to be 3x raised to power 1. That's 3x. The second term will be negative 2x raised to power what? Because this is x and this will cancel out, we shall have negative 1 here. And this is going to be plus 3 over 4. I'm very careful not to make any mistake, negative 2. Then for us to do dy, dx now is going to be, the power here is 1, so we bring it, we shall have 3. This power will come in front, will be plus 2 x negative 2. Then the power will come down to be minus 3 over 2 x minus 3. I think this is exactly what we got. Then where could be the problem? Guys, can you tell me where the problem was? Where could be the problem, guys? Just let me know where could be the problem. Why this? Guys, please, let's like the live. Let's take this chance. Let's smash and like that live. Yeah, let's like the live. And let me get to know in the chat section, where's the problem? Why are we not getting the correct answer in that? Yeah, so we are going to substitute x is equals to negative 1. So dy dx is going to be, because the first term will be just 3. This will be 2 over x squared, so that's going to be plus 2 minus, this is going to be plus 3 over 2. Yeah, 3 plus 2 plus 3 over 2, which is 6.5. Wow, 6.5. 6.5. It has given us enough trouble, so this now becomes 6.5, and then we say like that. All right, so we now have the rights. After getting that, we have all the rights reserved for us to move to the next question. But if we want to make the examiner happy, we need to transfer that part here, and we shall say this is 6.5. Guys, before we move to the next question, let's just like the live. Like the live. Just like, if you have not liked the live, just like it. Just like it. Not cost you anything to smash that like button. Yeah. Yeah, so we have question number 13, and question number 13 says a minus 2, a is negative 2, 5, and b 4, 13 are points on the circle. And we are told that the diameter AB is a diameter. Work out the equation of the circle. So the first thing that we have to appreciate is that if this is the circle, and then we have the point A, and then we have another point B, then if we just draw a straight line like that, that's going to be the diameter as we have been told. Then the point here is the center, which is going to be the midpoint of AB. So which means that coordinate of C is going to be equals to minus 2 plus 4 over 2, comma 5 plus 13 over 2. And this is going to translate to what? This is going to be 1, comma this 13 plus 5 would be 18, and that's going to be 9. So the center is that. Then once you have gotten the value of the center, we need to find the radius, and the radius is going to be the magnitude between the center and to one of the points. For instance, we can say this is going to be what? Our B coordinate is 413. So if we can be able to work out 13 minus 4 minus 1 squared plus 13 minus 9 squared, and that is going to be equivalent to square root of 3 squaring 3, and this is going to be 13 minus 9 squared 4 squared, and that's going to translate to square root of 25, and that's going to be 5. So which means that equation of a circle is going to be x minus the center 1 squared plus y minus 9 squared is equals to r squared, radius squared, and that case is going to be 25. And that is what our answer is going to reduce to. And then you are supposed to transfer your answer down here just to confirm to the examiner that already you have worked it out and you have gotten it as x minus 1 squared plus y minus 9, which squared is equals to 25, and that becomes the final answer that was expected for us to write in this particular part. For those who are joining us, if you are new to ProfLearn YouTube channel, kindly just like the live, and also you can be able to join our Patreon page where you can be able to access exclusive value by subscribing. You can be able to get notifications, and also by joining our Patreon page you'll be able to be getting the PDF of the papers I'm working on here. Question number 14 This is circle theorem, an area that you really need to understand. We are told that this is what? Q. Yeah, and Q is given as 40, so meaning that this is 40 degrees, and opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. So we say that 40 plus 4x plus 60 is equals to 180 degrees. And if we add this, we are going to get 4x is plus 100 is equals to 180, which will mean that 4x is going to be equals to equivalent to 80 degrees, and our x is going to be equals to 20 degrees. So we need to say the value of x is equals to 20 degrees, and that is exactly what we were supposed to do in that particular question. Yeah, for that good work that we have done there, I would like us to cut that section, then we paste here for those guys who will be joining us later to watch this live after we are done with this class. And those guys will get the answer as x as what? 20 degrees here. Let's write it for them. I know they will come. Those guys will come. Yeah, so our x is 20 degrees. Simplify fully this. So we can express this as a single fraction, and this is going to translate to 10. And 5 multiplied to the other side, we shall have 5x. 2 multiplied to the other side, we shall have plus 6 times 4 over x raised to power 6 raised to power a half, because square root is a half, and because of division I've flipped them upside down. And this is going to translate to 5x plus 6 out of 10 times, this is going to translate to 2 over x raised to power 3, x raised to power 3. And of course this guy and this guy will cancel out. We end up having 5x plus 6 over everything over 5x cubed. Simplify fully. What is this fully going to look like? Simplified fully, what is it really going to look like? If we simplify fully, what is it going to translate to? This is 60 plus 40 Then there could be a crisis somewhere. There could be a crisis somewhere. 4x 40 plus 4x plus 60 is equals to 180. This 100, this becomes 80. Yeah, work out the value of x. The value of x, so this is 4x. 4 times 15, 60 plus 40. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so this question was saying angle PQR is 40 degrees. is 40 degrees smaller than PSR. PSR smaller than, oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's why you have to read the question carefully. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake there. Oh, my goodness. So we're going to say smaller than that. So this is going to be 4x. Yeah, this is going to be 4x plus 60. So it's going to be plus 20 here. Yeah. Sorry for that, guys. So this is going to be 4x plus 60 plus 4x plus 20 must give us 180. Oh my goodness. So it will be 8x plus guys, that was an international crisis. 80 is equals to 180. So 8x is equals to 100. So if you take 100 divide by 8, that's going to translate to 12.5. Yes. Yeah, so those guys who will come to watch this live, they will get that we got our over 8. Our x is going to be 12.5. This is 12.5. So that's why we have to read questions carefully, so that we're gonna make sense on whatever statement that was mentioned here. This was a life-changing statement. Yeah, so basically that's exactly what we're going to do. And so if we are working out the final part for this part, what are we going to have? Yeah, we are going to work out the final part. What are you going to get in this particular question? So simplifying as a single fraction, this is going to be equals to 10, and this is going to be 5x plus 6x. Yeah, so this is going to translate to 11x over 10. I think somebody's tired. Yeah, times. This is going to translate to 4 over x raised to power 6 raised to power a half. Somebody is really tired. Yeah, so we need to avoid those mistakes. Over 10 times, this is going to be 2 a half raised to 4 raised to a half is 2, and this is going to translate to x raised to power 3. And then finally we are going to have our answer translating to 11 over 10 over 5, 11 over 5 x raised to power negative 2, x raised to power negative 2. Or you can even write it as 11 over 5x squared. Yeah, so basically those are different 11 over 5 x squared. Those are different ways you can be able to work out this particular question. Yeah, so we shall pick from question number 16. This is the point we shall pick from in our next part for this AQA further math. We shall pick from that particular point in our live of tomorrow, guys. Wish you a good night. I wish you all the best in the coming paper. See you guys. See you tomorrow.